Need high-quality video to promote your event, business, or band? We can help.
We're Pixel Pond, a video production team based in the Pacific Northwest, providing high-quality content to clients across the U.S. and Canada.
Whether you want coverage of your live event to promote for next year, or need a camera and a camera operator for your next big project, we can accommodate projects of all sizes.
Your story is important. Visit pixelpondllc.com or send an email to info@pixelpondllc.com to get started today. We can't wait to work with you.
Parental warning. This podcast contains references to swingers, buttholes, baby making, and finger banging. Please podcast responsibly.
Coming up on Gamers Week podcast. Exactly 9 months away from the release of Grand Theft Auto 6, Norwegian electronics retailer Komplett has promised it will give away free copies of the game to anyone giving birth on the game's launch day of November 19th, 2026. Anybody want to get me pregnant?
I am currently accepting applications for anybody.
I was going to say, what is everybody doing here watching the podcast? Go make babies. You got to get this free game.
Literally right now.
I guess there was the old podcast Gamers Week and Chill thing. They could be making babies right now. We don't know.
There we go. If you have twins, let us borrow a copy then.
Can we claim this baby so we can get a free copy of GTA 6? Here we are. We are live.
Here we are. Number 200, boys.
Sorry, I didn't have time to put together any sounds or anything like that for the 200th episode, but I was going to put that one in. So
excuses after excuses after excuses tonight. We're just barely getting started.
Just a very busy day for Donnie G.
Really?
Yeah.
He was busy fighting off the offers he got from wearing the pineapple shirt to the office.
So if you can see, my shirt is basically, they're flowers, right? The logo here is like half of a pineapple sitting on top of like some water. That's it. But you see pineapple nowadays. What do you think of?
Good tasting. Never mind.
Well, that depends. I guess there's a thing associated with pineapples.
I think D is correct. It's pina colada fans. That's what the pineapple represents. Yeah.
Go Hoboco says my shower curtain is pineapple, but no one has offered.
Hang it upside down, maybe.
Exactly.
Get some action going in that bathroom.
Bow, chicka, bow, bow. On that note, welcome to Gamers Week podcast. Like the name says, we analyze the best, worst, and weirdest headlines of the past week in the video game industry. Today is Wednesday, February 18th, 2026, and this is episode 200, the big 200 exclamation point. Did you think we'd make it this far?
No, I figured I would have been sick of you guys by now.
I don't ever think farther than just whatever day I'm on.
It's true.
So you can't see into the future, but we can't remember things from the past.
Maybe that's why we're such a good team.
Absolutely. My name is Donnie G. Retro, and I will be your host this evening, but I am not alone. I have here with me my first co-host gets more sleep than Prince Valium from Spaceballs.
Come look.
Where have you been? If you are listening to our episodes, you will notice that Ryan was kind of incognito for last week's section on the State of Play by PlayStation. So he did not show up. He was still sleeping.
You know, I do appreciate, though, that you guys at least asked me for my opinion during the entire ordeal.
We wanted you to feel included.
Thought that was a nice touch. Hey, Ryan, what do you think? Oh, yeah.
And my second co-host will be starting her new job as of tomorrow as a crotch stitch investigator at the Winter Olympics 2030. She is going to get very up close and personal to make sure that those suits are up to standard. Blue, how are you this evening?
Everything has to be on the up and up and a level playing field. And I will make sure that those crotches are to standard for those ski jumpers.
This man clearly has pancake penis.
And you got to make sure that nobody has like a specific advantage over anybody else. Not just so that they're up to a standard, but no cheating involved or anything like that.
Nope. Those crotches will all be equal.
I like that. Want to start your own podcast? Maybe about budget cuts and hell forcing the Cenobites to get desk jobs? Buzzsprout has a user-friendly interface, great analytics, and resources to help grow your audience. Use the link in the description to get a $20 credit when you sign up for a paid plan. Pinhead, we noticed that there were no cover sheets on your TPS report.
Oh, we have such spreadsheets to show you.
Oh, God.
You like it.
Oh, God.
I did. I
You
did
like
like
it, yeah.
All right, let's jump right into our reviews, reactions, and requests. Phoebe S. says Old Testament Kratos was a thing. The original plan for God of War 3 was Kratos becoming one of the 3 wise men. Super dumb.
I'm really glad that they decided to shelve that idea. Just put a pin in it for later, hopefully never, because that sounds like it would have been awful.
Just thinking, okay, so is he frankincense, myrrh, or gold?
Something completely different.
No, Kratos is more like I'm only here so I don't get fined vibe.
He's Marshawn lynching it.
Ha.
What is that? Is that Siri?
That was Siri, yeah.
Siri liked the joke too.
She's joining the 200th episode. Sheriff Snack says, what do we get when Donnie caves and gets a Switch 2? He's going to see one too good to pass up on Facebook Marketplace. Donnie thinks he can resist Nintendo, but he can't resist a bargain.
I think you got called out, bud.
Yeah, I think Snacks knows you.
Yeah.
I hate being called out like that. I am not going to buy a Switch 2 from the store. Absolutely will not. Unless it's like super mega deal, $99 for this. I don't see that happening anytime soon. So I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, 2035.
That's the day. That's the year that I get a Switch 2.
Right.
People would buy the Switch 2 for $99 just to pull the RAM out of it.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
And last but not least, Son of Pootie Tang. Love that name. This is my favorite podcast to listen to while taking my end of the week Dookie release. Ryan's voice really helps cover up my grunting and screaming. Also, great episode again, gang. Okay, back to blasting my beehole out.
I'm glad we're here for your BMs, and I'm glad my voice is loud enough, apparently, to overcome the...
It's quite a gift you've got, Ryan. I think that should be our new tagline, too, is Gamers Week Podcast helps you blow your beehole out.
Are you backed up?
I think people would buy that t-shirt.
It has a nice ring to it.
I do.
Let's go to the patron shoutouts.
All right, we couldn't do what we do without the help of our gorgeous patrons. Here are the generous folks supporting Gamers Week on Patreon. Love Retro BTW, Steven Sand, Ramboski, Terry Kinnair, Don't Make Me Pull This Car Over. The best part of waking up is games with coffee and a finger in your butt. Hybrid Divide, You Fall Before Me, the Let's Play Princess, La Shorty, the Pixel Pond family, including Shannon and Luke, and the Ski Ball Daddy, Zach, aka Old Cluster Nuts, Puzzle Butter, Number One Blue Sick Voice Chan, John Barron, Sassy Sony, Evo Lust, Cyram, Al Harrington's Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Two-Man Emporium and Warehouse, Mega Retroman, Gamatroid, Moradib, Michael, you gotta be so kind to take care of that man. You know, you're a real humanitarian. I don't think he's human. La Kite. Emo S, Bill Tucker, you know, the beeps, the sweeps, and the creeps. Fruit cakes, I hate when my Schwartz gets twisted. Pickled pepper, ducks with thick thighs, absolutely the best podcast, a work in progress. Bops and Dugnut, Blues Little Sis, Perler Daddy, Retro Blast Pat, BNC Zilla Guy, The Mad Milkman, Seven Castle Forest, Crunchy Kong, The Ichiest Bon, and Frank Grande. If you like what you hear today, we really hope that you do. Please consider joining us on Patreon. Your support helps cover the cost of producing the show, as well as other cool stuff we'll be doing like prizes and giveaway. You also gain access to our bi-weekly patron-only bonus cast called Gamers Week Uncut, Patrons and Benefits. Visit patreon.com/gamersweek or follow the link in the show notes to learn more.
I'm not making the connection on that movie quote.
I wasn't either.
Well, the last 2 weeks were Ghostbusters.
Oh, maybe it is. You are so kind of. I think that's Andy Potts' character. Yeah. Where she's where he's Vince Clortho, and they have him in the firehouse, and they've got the thing hooked up to him, and she's like, "You are so kind to take care of that man. You know, you're a real humanitarian." And Egon goes, "I don't think he's human." I think that's from Ghostbusters.
That's fair. That's fair.
You guys almost disappointed Michael greatly. I'm glad you saved it at the end.
Yep.
Don, don't say you guys. This is all Donnie. I cannot take credit. I didn't do shit.
All right, Ryan didn't do shit, but Donnie saved it.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and pop into the headlines this week.
All right, this headline segment is proudly sponsored by Absolutely the Best Podcast, a work in progress. Each episode, George and Zach discuss and rank all the best things, and right now they're ranking every movie in the Alien versus Predator connected universe. This week, they've got a trivia question for us. As of today, what English language live action movie series has the most entries at 37 films? Visit them at absolutelythebest.net or follow the link in the show notes.
In a row? Come on, Ryan.
So it's. I mean, I think I know in a row. Yes. Try not to.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Just left you hanging.
Sorry. I was thinking about the answer to the question. Thank you very much. My first thought was like the Three Stooges, but I don't know if that counts. Right? Because like they released a lot of short films. And this one says movies, so I don't know.
Yeah, Simon says left you hanging, just like poor number 38.
So the question was, as of today, what English language live action movie series has the most entries at 37 films?
The other part is the series piece that making me believe that it's like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They have released like 8 movies a year for the last like 20 years. So it's got to be up there as far as numbers go.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that that's a series. That to me, that doesn't say series. We knew from last week that Bond had X amount leading into A View to a Kill.
Yeah, it was like 14.
So, I mean, you look at how many movies were in the 90s, there were at least 4 by Pierce Brosnan. Mm-hmm. And then it kind of died off, and then wasn't until Daniel Craig who made another 4 movies. So that's only 8.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's enough.
Nope.
Godzilla, maybe? No, there's not 37.
English language.
Yeah. I mean, they dubbed it.
Yeah.
Really poorly, but they dubbed it. I'm going with Marvel. I'm going to go with Marvel.
I don't have an answer. I don't know.
Yeah, you guys are way overthinking it. It's the MCU.
Is it really?
He thought he was going to trick you because of the James Bond question last week.
I mean, at first I was like James Bond, and then I was like, he wouldn't do that twice. He's not that much of a hack.
Okay, you can't. So this is a trick question then, because you can't call it a series because
it's all in the same universe.
Not necessarily. No, it's not, because Blade doesn't fall in the same universe as the other ones, because he went to the void and that's how they found him. So you can't say that it's all within the same universe yet.
Wow, that's a nerdy actually.
So it's, to me, this is an incorrect question. It's not a series. I mean, you obviously can't call the Avengers series was different from the X-Men because now they're just starting to bring those together. So don't sit there.
Corrected, and actually Blade isn't MCU.
Technically, he is because look at Deadpool versus Wolverine.
The character.
Okay, but then again, with Sony
movie was like
having
Fox or something, right?
Spider-Man.
Approximately 10 hours later.
So it's all coming back together. So to me, this is a bullshit question. Sorry, Zach. Sorry.
You guys done?
Zach, it's okay. He's just upset that he didn't get it right.
Wrong. Fake news. It's fake news. Sorry. And happy Lunar New Year to you too, Star Wars Steve.
Yeah, happy Lunar New Year.
I thought I was the rat. I'm actually the horse.
That
There's a reason for that.
Like an upgrade?
Yeah.
I'd rather have an HC than a rat.
All right, first up, video games need to be cheaper to buy. At least that's the opinion coming from attendees at the DICE convention in Las Vegas this week, where thousands of video game makers have been asking each other the same question. What can we learn from Clair Obscur, Expedition 33? The French role-playing game, which has sold more than 6 million copies and swept countless awards since its April 2025 release, was reportedly developed for less than $10 million, yet looks so good as games that cost hundreds of millions of dollars. So at DICE, where executives gather to schmooze, down cocktails, and hear pitches, Clair Obscur came up a lot. As the video game industry barrels through the fourth year of a post-pandemic crisis caused by all sorts of factors, from game market oversaturation to the diminishing appetite from venture capital funds, developers are looking for a way forward. But two things have changed significantly. One is that distribution has pivoted from mostly physical to almost entirely digital, lowering costs and boosting profit margins. Publishers like Electronic Arts Incorporated might make roughly $35 on a $70 physical game, but that jumps to $49 for digital, according to analyst Sirkin Toto. The other thing that's changed is the number of options. In the early 2000s, even crummy licensed games could move copies at $60 because those were all people could find. Today, there are essentially an infinite number of new games to play, so there's no reason for cash-strapped players to spend $70 on a game that doesn't blow them away. Of the 25 games released in 2025 that generated the most revenue on Steam, only 9 were sold at $70 or higher. In addition to their quality, titles such as Hollow Knight Silksong, $20, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, $60, were widely praised for how much value they offered for their prices. If there's one thing to take away from Clair Obscur Expedition 33, it's that $70 won't be the new norm for much longer.
We are on the precipice of an interesting moment within gaming. So much variety, so much choice, and so much outside capital investment. It's a business, it's an art, and your consumer base are not affluent, typically. They're your average folks. And all of these major studios, they're spending hundreds of millions of dollars on video games. It's not because necessarily it's required to make a good game, but in order to match up with the marketing expectations and large salaries of highly paid executives, large office spaces to house all those people, ends up racking up pretty high bill. Will that be sustainable long term? We built it up to this point, right? Gotten to the point in which big name studios have to spend $100 million plus in order to make a game. Knowing that consumers can find it and have so much choice and variety and can look at a game long before they have to play it. I mean, this isn't the 1970s where you're looking at the copy of ice hockey on the shelf and going, you know what? I think that looks pretty good. We're going to take this.
It's so realistic.
Right. So transparency is there for the players. They can make choices based off of what they want. And I think in mass, this $70 price tag or $80 price tag that they've been hinting at that's going to be the new norm. I don't know a lot of people who are terribly thrilled about having to reduce the amount of games that they have based off of the fact that their budget hasn't gotten any bigger.
Whose budget hasn't gotten any bigger?
Your average gamer, right? Their budget necessarily hasn't grown because
household budget.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Like their wages aren't skyrocketing to go along with inflation. So
the normal person isn't getting paid any more but yet the games are costing increasingly more. Or at least most of these companies are trying to institute that. But I think the gamer base is pushing back, not only because of other games that are coming out like Silk Song for $20, which was crazy. They could have charged easily $60 or $70 or $75, whatever, for that game, and people would have paid it because of how much value Hollow Knight gave them.
Yep.
But they stuck it at $20. So gamers know that there are games that are coming out that are as awesome as Silk Song for super cheap. So if the collective wants to sit there and charge $100 or $79.99 for all of these games, that's fine. That means I only play like maybe one new release a year. And then I scale back and start looking at the other indie stuff, which there have been plenty of indie games to keep myself and us entertained while we play for our patrons as well.
And you think about it, like in years past, when they were $60, right, $59.99, you might buy 3 a year. Now that it's 70, you're looking at that and going, if I don't like it, I'm going to invest all this. I don't know if I want to do that. So all of a sudden it went from 3 games down to 1. And you're really talking about the loss of, for that company, probably like $100+ out of your pocket that they could have had.
I think what we're dealing with, which we've kind of talked about before, but it's coming up again and again, is that, obviously the system is not sustainable. It's built on this antiquated idea throughout the 2000s and the 2010s where graphics were enough to sell a game and IP was enough to sell a game. And you poured hundreds of millions of dollars into a budget to create the biggest game ever. And you knew without a doubt that people were going to buy it for whatever you asked. Right. The big publishing houses got really big egos, mismanaged their IP. They lay off everybody, and the only ones that they care about pleasing are their shareholders above the people who buy the games. They would rather please the shareholders. And so because the shareholders have gotten so used to that, they're used to such high returns is why they are trying to keep pushing that price up and up and up, $80, $90, whatever. If it was a better economic time, people may not complain so much. But the way it's going now, as we said, nobody's household budgets are going up. Everything is more expensive. And we have so much more choice. So they're talking about these executives gathering to schmooze, down cocktails, and hear pitches. They're probably sitting there sipping on their top shelf drinks, wearing a suit that could pay off my student loan. And they're going to learn all the wrong things from this. What they're going to learn is that we can make it cheaper and we can keep more of the money. But that's not the lesson at all. The lesson is quality over quantity. It's going to take more work to save this money. I should say more effort to save this money. And they're going to walk away from the success of Clair Obscur learning all the wrong things.
So Satisfaction says, it still isn't comparable. Team Cherry doesn't answer to anyone but themselves. And of course, they took the chance with Hollow Knight. If the game wasn't successful, then they'd be dead now. Plenty of debt. Not everyone's game is going to be successful as theirs. Clair Obscur also took the difficult chance. Things are going to get more expensive year after year, sadly. It's true. It's a risk. Just like running any business is. If you're going to start a business, most of them fail within the first 3 years. So I get it. I will say that the reward is a heck of a lot bigger than it used to be when it comes to these. I would imagine Team Cherry is having a hard time counting all the money that they've gotten from those sales. And same with the folks who developed Clair Obscur.
Look at the team that made Super Meat Boy. That was a 2-man team.
Millions of
Stardew
dollars.
Valley was a single guy.
Yeah.
Minecraft, right? Minecraft was him and basically an entire community going, nah, this sucks. This is good. This sucks. So,
yeah, no, I agree. It's a risk and the likelihood of failure is extremely high. But what is the alternative? The alternative is to continue to play it safe. Nobody wants your game then.
Yeah.
Every week we talk about the new releases and we're like, this looks like 1,000 things we've already seen. So no, I don't want to buy it. I don't care what the price point is.
They were charging $9.99 for a calculator app on the...
Right. So, yeah, there's no easy answers. And I think you're right when we say that gaming is on the precipice of something changing.
Yep.
It has to.
It's coming to a head. Something's got to change.
And not to mention the fact that everything is going up in price. You have CEOs of corporations and saying like, hey, we're just going to raise the prices because fuck it. Why not? People will pay
until they
and it's
don't.
the haves and the have-nots. But you're going to have the haves that say, oh, yeah, whatever, I can afford it. And the have-nots are going to be like, okay, I'm going to step back because really, I can't really afford this anymore.
What were we talking about a few weeks ago, though? It was the, how did they phrase it? Like the really like nerdy, dedicated gamers are the ones who are keeping the gaming industry afloat because everybody else buys like 1 or 2 games a year. Yeah. And so at that time, the analysts were saying, well, they have to figure out how to reach just the average person because the enthusiast gamers were tapped out. We're already spending everything that we can spend on gaming, and you can't keep charging more because we're not going to buy it. We're smart enough to know that if we wait for a sale, it'll come up on Steam eventually, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't think it's going to be a thing where they're going to keep raising prices and gaming just becomes something that the haves can do and the have-nots, sorry, you're out of luck.
Right.
Yeah.
That doesn't give the video game industry the numbers that they are looking for. And if their investors aren't happy, they ain't happy either.
So the real question is, does it become an outdated model like Blockbuster and kind of get replaced by something else? Hopefully it's just indie developers, right? Huge like renaissance of indie developers. Yeah. I would love that.
Like, hey, we know that we know that if we make this a hit, if we just follow a certain business model that says, okay, we have to talk to people, do our due diligence with quality assurance, making sure that this is a fun game for our target audience, we'll make a couple $1 million. Hey, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, but we don't want the big publishing houses to try to save themselves by scooping up these indie developers thinking that they're going to get cheaper games, because that's already kind of happening. And then you've got Microsoft buying them all and then just closing them. That doesn't help anybody.
But I mean, giants got to die sometimes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look at Kodak, for example. Look, they were top of the world.
Hearing the death knell of Microsoft or the Xbox division. That was my prediction.
It's unfortunate. I think, Blue, you're right, though. There is probably that you're a rat on a sinking ship, so you're going to do everything you can to keep yourself afloat. So maybe like we start a movement where we convince indie developers not to sell.
That was kind of the point I was getting at. I mean, if this is your passion project and they're promising money and stability and budgets, or you could quit your bullshit 9 to 5 and just work on your game. That is difficult to turn down. It really is. I understand. Also, part of the problem is that the big publishers, having learned nothing from the fact that their model is failing, and so that's why we have to turn to the indie games to save us. But now we're going to try to run the indie games to the same standard that we're used to and kill them too, because we have to ruin everything we touch.
Tegan85 says, sorry, busy coding my game and only half paying attention. Was the moral of the story I need to get bought out by a big company because capitalism good?
Sure. You know what? We're not going to tell you what to think.
All right, next up, video game stocks have been getting repeatedly knocked out in recent weeks following the launch of Google's new generative AI tool, Project Genie. But experts are saying the program in reality is not the industry killer investors seem to think it is. The tool, a general-purpose world model, available to Google AI Ultra subscribers who pay $125 a month in the US, lets users create interactive, playable worlds with just a text or image prompt. Currently, Project Genie can only generate 1-minute-long experiences at 720p resolution and 24 frames per second. mBank analyst Piotr Poniatowski noted that the experiences lack depth, as users can't perform complex actions fundamental to standard gameplay like crouching, climbing, dodging, or shooting. Poniatowski called Project Genie a 1-minute-long walking simulator generator and said the market sell-off was unjustified. But it's clear that investors see Google's world model as a potential silver bullet for the gaming industry, set to dramatically lessen the effort and cost required to make immersive worlds and sharply increase the supply of interactive games, some of which could rip off popular intellectual property. Right now, too many investors treat gaming like a horse track, betting on the next breakout hit title rather than understanding how franchises are patiently built over decades, said Joost van Druen, CEO of analytics from Aldora and a gaming strategy professor at NYU. The AI era is no longer a distant promise. It is a present reality that is beginning to unlock extraordinary opportunities for society. Google said this week in its Responsible AI Progress Report, outlining why its AI principles are the North Star standards that will guide it over the next year.
I don't want to say I told you so.
So say it, because I know you do.
But I feel like I told you so. Remember, I said this trailer, it's just walking. It's one character, it's walking. They haven't shown anything that even at all resembles a game. Why is everybody freaking out and being impressed with this thing? And now you see that the truth comes out that it can only make 1 minute long walking experiences at 720p and 24 frames per second, none of which was mentioned in the trailer and is probably buried somewhere in the fine print of this agreement for $125 a month. Why would you pay that much? What is the point of this?
Well, I wouldn't pay that much, but like we said last week or the last time that we discussed this, it's because it shows promise. It's showing them that, hey, this is actually doable, not on a global scale, not on a grand scale just yet, but it's doable. This is the very infancy of this thing. And once they get this up and working, click, 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 type, 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 type. Here's your game.
Okay, fair. But if it's in its infancy, like this much of infancy, I don't think it's ready for market. They're just counting on everybody to pay them to train this damn thing.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely.
So that
you're right.
In 5 years, maybe it can make a 5-hour long game. Maybe. You can't even make a mobile game as it is right now.
I think it's funny, though, that you bring up an interesting point that they're the ones who should be paying you. They're literally charging you for their own market research.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's not cheap. It's exorbitant.
Yeah.
These guys are geniuses.
It's more than Unity cost.
And you're right. Unity actually makes games.
Right. That's why I keep saying, what is the point of this? But like it says, investors are treating it like a horse race, and they're just saying, I don't know, give me 10,000 on number 6 or whatever. I think that's going to be the next big thing. And they're not actually understanding the fundamentals of what it is that they're betting on. And the thing that concerns me is that if we end up with AI gaming, not because people want it, not because it's ready for it, but because people are so convinced that it's going to be here, that it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, because the people moving the money behind the scenes think it's going to happen, thus it happens.
I understand that investors are going to try and push this as much as they possibly can. And it's just like with, I think somebody mentioned in the chat about VR. They've been trying to push VR for decades. VR was in its infancy back in the 90s when you could go to the arcade and put on the big VR headset, attach that big honking machine and mow down enemies on a beach and stuff like that. And that was its very infancy. And then you got to see the Lawnmower Man and what have you, and Johnny Mnemonic with VR. And look at which I just watched Johnny Mnemonic the other night. It still holds up. I think
it does not hold up at
does
all.
It's
Oh my
90s
God.
cheese, and I love it.
Freaking Dolphin and and Ice-T looking like a
dolphin and Dolph Lundgren. But they still continue to push it. And look how far it's progressed to where you can put on that headset and now you look around and you're in an environment that looks 100% realistic. Not to the point where we have like the Oasis just yet, where everybody's on a motionless treadmill with their haptic suits and all that stuff, living their extra life in VR. But with the way that AI is in its infancy, and look at what we've achieved in the past couple of years. Whenever we were doing AI stuff with just the small AI generator with Hideki, sorry, not Hideki. You know who I'm talking about.
Hideo?
Yes, Hideo. Sorry, Hideo Kojima, and the stuff that it was creating. And now people are you have the ByteDance stuff, which people are creating stunning clips of Hollywood actors doing things that you're like, wait a second, this actually happened? Like the thing somebody posted in the chat with the art tax from Neverending Story. That stuff is going to it's going to be like the Manchurian Candidate and gaslighting people. Is like, oh no, look, this actually happened. Like, Artax didn't die. And you're like, no, I 100% am sure that horse died because that caused some major trauma to me.
It's like a Mandela effect that still calls you PTSD.
Mandela effect. Sorry. I don't know why I said Manchurian Candidate. They're going to push it because of its possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's fair. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. It probably is. But the reasons it probably is going to happen are what concerns me. People are so convinced that it's going to work that that's where the money is going to go. And it's going to continue to sell despite never proving itself as a ready product.
AI in general. I mean, if you look at like NVIDIA and all those other companies, just look at their stock price right now. It's insane how much money has been invested in those companies. Absolutely insane, without necessarily a tangible way for them to turn a huge profit on it, right?
Yeah. The finances of the world are running on FOMO right now.
Right.
And that's it.
That's it. Yeah, you're right. So, yes, I agree, Donnie, too, that it will. It will get there. It absolutely will. It's coming. It's like the winter in Game of Thrones, you know? It's always
Winter's
coming.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's never going. It's always coming.
Or, like Games with Coffee says, speaking of Stadia, what's the over-under for Google killing Project Genie in the next year or two?
If it can do exactly what game studios do now, all right, whenever it gets released, whenever it's polished and all that stuff, what is going to be the difference between an AI game versus a team-led game?
I don't know if you'd be able to tell the difference.
Exactly. If there's no discernible difference, then you can't sit there and say, well, I don't want an AI game because it'll be exactly like it was with a team that made it.
Won't the difference be that it only can take what it learns elsewhere? So you'll never get anything original.
Do we really have anything original now?
There's nothing new under the sun, as they say.
That's what we were just talking about in the previous one.
Yeah, I take that back. There are a lot of new concepts that come out with video games. You know, there's a bunch of rehashed stuff and series that just keep going and going like the Energizer Bunny. But there are also new games that come out that just completely blow you. Like, yes, it might be a platformer, but its characters look completely different.
Right.
But that's going to happen with AI generation. With all the stuff that's out here before, it's like, hey, just give me a character that's 5 inches tall and has that looks like it has a boomerang for a head. Okay, man, let me generate this stuff. There you go.
But they call him Rangy.
Rangy? Okay, boomer.
Yeah, I think it would be boomy. But anyway, maybe we'll still be doing this show in 10 years and we can see who is right. I fear that you will be.
I don't fear. I assume Donnie is correct, right? Do I like it? No. I would like them to hold off on the whole AI creates everything as long as we can possibly go. Eventually, just going to tap into your brain and be like, what is Blue thinking about this new game? And then
yeah, it's no longer going to be careful of what you type. It's be careful of what you think.
That's wrong thing, comrade. I read that book. Yeah.
Exactly 9 months away from the release of Grand Theft Auto 6, Norwegian electronics retailer Komplett has promised it will give away free copies of the game to anyone giving birth on the game's launch day of November 19th, 2026. Anybody want to get me pregnant? On Instagram, Komplett describes the idea of having a baby on GTA 6 launch day as a life hack, with the obvious implication being that you could time your parental leave perfectly for when Rockstar's highly anticipated blockbuster drops. This is actually not nonsense, Komplett wrote in a caption for an accompanying. Here we go. So now that I'm just down this rabbit hole for an accompanying, never mind, Instagram video.
Say it with the Norwegian accent.
Komplett wrote in a caption for an accompanying Instagram video.
See, he nailed it.
Accompanying. GTA 6 is released in 9 months, and if you have a baby on the launch date, we'll give you the game for free. Of course, the campaign is primarily designed to make headlines and get Komplett some attention, and it's certainly doing that. Even if the responses on social media are full of people pointing out that having a baby is quite the time-consuming thing all on its own. Haven't slept in 6 days, nipples are like bullets, and I've been hit in the face with explosive diarrhea, concluded the appropriately named Ploppy the spaceship, suggesting what life with a newborn baby was actually like. I don't even know what my name is right now, let alone how to turn on a game, but I'm sure it's good.
I am currently accepting applications for
I
anybody.
was going to say, what is everybody doing here watching the podcast? Go make babies. You got to get this free game.
Literally right now.
I guess there was the whole podcast Gamers Week and Chill thing. They could be making babies right now. We don't know.
There we go. If you have twins, let us borrow a copy then.
Can we claim this baby so we can get a free copy of GTA 6?
That's fair. Maybe only one person needs to have a baby, and then we'll all borrow said baby.
I mean, I got a problem forging like a birth certificate, just putting your name on it versus mine. I'm fine with that. Mm-hmm. It's not like it's. I'm not sending this to the government. I'm sending it to a retailer.
Imagine proposing that to your significant other, like, honey, like, I know we've got 6 already, but
hear me out.
Let's try for that 7th. Like, why? Why would you ask me to do that? Well, I can get GTA 6 for free. Oh, you want to save $100 but spend hundreds of thousands to raise this child?
It's the principle of it.
They never said you had to keep them. So you could just put it up for adoption.
And then 20 years down the road, the kid's gone through the system and then finally reconnects like, oh, I had real parents. Why did you give me up? I mean, we just had you for Grand Theft Auto 6. That's a Florida thing right there.
According to all the analysts, GTA 6 is going to change the world and the gaming industry. So maybe in 20 years, it will be like a religion, the church of GTA 6. And the child will go, oh, okay, sure. I understand now.
Chosen one. That's why your name is Gita.
I admire the creativity.
Like it says, it's obviously a publicity stunt, and it's great, and it worked because we're talking about it. But I just think that the worst part about this is knowing that our Discord are some of the horniest people that have ever existed on this planet. So it might happen. It might happen. I'm just saying. So
you have approximately 370,000 to 385,000 babies are born worldwide each day. In the US, it's 9,800 to 10,000 births per day. So does that mean that Komplett is going to be giving out 300 and say roughly 75,000 copies?
That's true. This could backfire monumentally.
The question that I have would be for everybody who doesn't live in Europe. I think it's Norway we said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Norwegian.
Yeah. So everybody who lives outside of that area, do you think that they're going to take the time to go to this store to collect on there?
It is the principle.
Yeah.
The problem is that they'll be region locked.
That's your luck.
That's true.
Yeah.
But they also don't say that you have to specifically go to the store.
Maybe you can, can I get a Steam code? I'll take that.
I will say they can definitely get out of having to give it to 375,000 people by saying you have to come to the store to redeem it.
And bring the baby.
Yep.
Yeah. Realistically, how are they going to verify that the kid's yours? You could just okay, you take a picture of a newborn and you send that over to somebody who puts it on a green screen, who cuts it. It's like, hey, takes a picture, thumbs up, hovering over the baby. Bam, there you go. That's my proof.
Or you walk into the store, the child that's screaming its ass off. Yes, this is mine. I love it dearly.
Just hold them up like this, yes.
Yeah.
Get this thing away from me, please. Can you go to a GameStop and just trade the baby in?
They said they'll take anything.
Yeah.
And you'll get your $5 store credit.
Jesus. Let's go ahead and take a look at our top 3 new releases for the week.
All right, so this week we've got Under the Island for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Embark on an epic adventure in Under the Island, a 2D action adventure steeped in 90s charm. Step into the shoes of Nia and battle fierce monsters, solve clever puzzles, and explore a world alive with mystery as you race to save your new home before it's too late. After that, it's Aerial Knights Drop Shot, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Drop Shot is a fast-paced, stylized FPS race where you face off against enemies to grab a parachute and land first. Armed with limited finger gun bullets, outsmart enemies, avoid fire, and use slipstreams to survive. Only one will make it. Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, and PC. Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown is a story-driven survival strategy game in which the fate of the iconic starship is in your hands. Take the helm, manage the ship and resources, and make difficult decisions. Will you be able to bring home the ship and its crew? Taking a look at these. Blue, what are you down for this week?
So Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown. I think this is the nerdiest nerddom that ever nerded. This is so far beyond me.
I'm so much better than Trekkies.
Not so much better than Trekkies, but like this is like deep Trek shit.
Yeah.
And I have watched maybe 2 Star Trek episodes in my entire life. So this is a realm where I shall never go. But I know some people in the Discord were looking forward to it. So all you Star Trek people, enjoy.
And just remember, Blue is judging you.
I am not judging. I am just saying I am not part of that world.
Which you are beyond.
I said it is beyond me.
Oh,
is what I said.
I got
Yeah.
you. So it's
I
better than you. You're not good.
Trying to put words in her mouth.
Aerial Knights Drop Shot. Cue the finger banging jokes. This is it's a first person shooter, but it's like Skydiver the race with a shooter mixed in. So you're diving through the air, finger bullet shooting your opponents to get to the one parachute so that you don't die. So it's really bright and colorful and stylized. It almost has a bit of a 90s vibe to it with the color scheme, even though it's like the most sadistic thing that any battle royale could ever come up with. Right. There's one parachute and the rest of you are going to die. Ready, jump.
It's like pilot wings, but on crack.
I don't like shooters, but this is a different spin on one that I could see myself giving this a try. But obviously the one I'm getting this week is Under the Island. Link to the Past style, solving puzzles and fighting monsters and feeding treats to panda bears and things. I'm all for that one. It looks great, and that's the one I'm definitely getting.
Very nice. Sorry. It's true.
They were so distracted by the finger banging.
Yep.
Toddy, what about you?
I will share the same sentiment. Aerial Knights Drop Shot. Yeah, I'm looking past most first person shooters nowadays. This one, when I saw, I was like, oh, there's no guns. It's your fingers. It's like, bang, 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 bang. And like, oh, okay, I'm done. It's colorful, looks vibrant, but does not look interesting to me. Star Trek Voyager, I will share the same sentiment as Blue. Like, this is the nerdiest thing. And I think for people that are infatuated with the Star Trek lore and series and whatnot, this is going to blow their minds and make their underwear wet. Like, I saw the trailer and it's like The Sims almost on an Enterprise ship. Like, you have control of everything. Like, for those people that want to get deeply engrossed in the environment and the game, I think this is going to make a lot of people happy. It looked amazing, but it's not my kink. Which leads us to Under the Island. Blue, you were going to say something?
I was just going to say, apparently you get to say that without having shit heaped down upon you.
because I said it more.
I mean, I'm not
tactfully.
going to give him when I already gave you. I'm not going to repeat myself.
Oh, you think grows on trees, eh? Everybody can just get
You could give me new not the same which leaves me to Under the Island. And as I stated in the Discord, it is an homage to Link to the Past and Secret of Mana. It looks amazing. I wouldn't say it's a day one purchase, but I'm going to be picking up this game. I haven't checked to see what the price tag is on it. Hopefully it's only like $19, but definitely going to pick this one up. And I don't know if anybody else has seen the advertisement for this game, but it looks like Blue has her own video game.
It is a suspiciously familiar looking
Right.
main character. On sale right now for $16.99.
Boom, done. Instant purchase for $16. Hell yes.
And technically, it's 17, but
Technically, it's $16.99.
It's under $17.
What about you, Ryan?
So first of all, yeah, Aerial Knight's Drop Shot looks like it's every potential gimmick you could throw into a game and like wrap it all into one. Like you're jumping out of a plane, you're chasing things down, you're doing slipstreams. It's like, oh my God, it's like Point Break, but with finger guns. Like this is so gimmicky.
I didn't think it looked that bad.
I think it looks super gimmicky, personally. It just, maybe it's the whole thing that started off with finger guns and I rolled my eyes so hard that they like
That you couldn't see anything else, even though nobody has stopped making finger gun jokes ever since.
Right.
Like, I think it was Games with Coffee said, oh, apparently Ryan likes to check his oil slowly.
Dipstick.
How about some jalapeno poppers or some shrimp fajitas? Did you get that?
And Brian's got a fantastic smile. 37 pieces of plate. Star Trek Voyager, Gene Roddenberry would be so upset with you right now.
Who's that?
Gene Roddenberry.
The creator of Star Trek.
Creator of Star Trek.
I just love the flippant, the laissez-faire. Like, I don't care.
Oh, sorry. Apparently, I haven't heard of your Lord and Savior, Gene Roddenberry. My bad.
I feel like the spoiler chat's going to be on fire on Friday.
Bring it. Your disdain fuels me.
But it has been since like the old school PC days, point and click. And I think it was the Next Generation was the one I played since I played legitimately played a Star Trek game. So I don't know. This one definitely piques my interest. I love the fact that it's got a mixture of exploration, resource management, and combat. It shows you going up against a Borg ship, and it really does look like resistance is futile in that instance.
Is it a Borg ship or a Bork? What's the Swedish ship?
It's just a Swedish guy's on it.
Actually,
we came here with the meatballs.
Ryan, I'll interrupt enough to say that when we polled the patrons this week on who wants what game, Star Trek won.
Really? Okay.
Yep. Second place was Under the Island. Third place was none of this shiz. And fourth place was Aerial Knight's Drop Shot.
And right now, that game is on sale for $31.49 on Steam. And I'm not a Star Trek person, but the way it looks and for $30, maybe?
Yeah.
But as we established earlier, Donnie can't resist a good deal.
I can't. I won't.
Under the Island, I will say, looks great. Looks like a Link to the Past mixed with elements of Earthbound. There was a point in which it kind of looked like Zombies Ate My Neighbors as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And probably Secret of Mana, right? All kind of like rolled into one.
Everything that's great about the 90s, just shake it all in there. And
there we go. So it was like everything that you could make. It's a gimmick. Aerial Knight's Dropship. Everything that was great about the 90s, Under the Island. I like this. But yeah, Under the Island, I think would be the most likely choice if I was going to absolutely buy one. The fact that it's available on Switch and I don't have to get on Switch 2 is a huge bonus as well. So snacks, I will be buying this, just so you know.
oh my gosh, we are 6 or 7 weeks into the year.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to buy my first game. Oh my God. Oh my God.
All right, before we move on, let's take a quick break to talk about our sponsor. This segment is proudly sponsored by the Retro Game Club podcast. It's a fantastic, family-friendly retro gaming podcast. In each episode, Rob and a guest pick 2 games to play and discuss, as well as news, interviews, and other topics. Right now, they want to know, which retro video games had the best manuals? Visit them at retrogameclub.net or follow the link in the show notes. And I knew I was forgetting something before we came to record, but I was going to bring up we have a complete in-box copy of the OG Final Fantasy that came with that really amazing map.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was going to bring that for show and tell. I forgot it. It's downstairs, but that's my vote.
Mine over there.
Okay, well.
I'm going to throw in my vote for Yar's Revenge. It came with its own comic book.
Oh, okay.
I have that comic book.
Yeah. Which I think is super cool. If you're going to create lore around something and it's really hard to represent that on the screen.
You needed to understand the emotional motivation of the flies.
Right, exactly.
I've got a couple of Dragon Warrior manuals sitting over here. And just like you said with Final Fantasy, it seems like the role-playing games always had the best manuals, the maps and posters and whatnot.
Yep.
It's, I think, a game that with such rich content always followed it up with a great manual. And that is a lost art.
Or you could go with the super minimalist approach. Home Improvement for the Super Nintendo just has a big thing that says, real men don't need instructions.
Really?
And by the way, that game needs fucking instructions.
I think Dux and Davey played that one time on stream, and it was horrible.
But it's brilliant, though. They just gaslighted you into never admitting that you need them. And then they didn't have to bother with admitting that their game didn't make sense.
Or that they forgot to pay an intern to finish the instructions. So, say la vie.
Yeah.
Hello, travelers. Yes.
Hello.
It's finally time.
Yes. Take a seat. Join me. The barkeep tells me that you are interested in learning about the origin of Gamers Week podcast. After all, it has been 200 episodes since the beginning of writing the scrolls of Gamers Week. So sit down, take a load off. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay. In the elder days, when podcasts were young, when algorithms were cruel and unknowable gods, and when mortals still believed that a clean recording would simply work, the world lay divided. Kingdoms rose and fell on opinions about consoles, friendships were forged in comment sections, and broken in reply threads. And across the great digital expanse, heroes gathered not by fate alone, but by tweets sent at precisely the wrong time of day. This is the tale of such heroes. Let's start off with the first fellowship and the sundering. There once stood a fellowship known as Story Mode, a party of voices. Bound by love of games and shared discourse, they traveled the lands of discussion, battling bad takes and grinding news cycles. Yet within the party lurked imbalance. For where the harmony should have ruled, discord took root. One member, the third, whose name is now sealed away in redacted footnotes, brought the turmoil where teamwork was required. The scrolls say arguments grew louder, pauses grew longer, and one day the feed went silent. Thus, the first fellowship had ended. The age of story mode ended with not a final boss, but with unresolved tension and an awkward fade out. Book 2 of Survivals and Silent Resolve. From the wreckage emerged 2. Blue, the quick tongue, a rogue born of sharp instincts and sharper commentary. She moved through conversations like shadows through torchlight, striking weak arguments from behind and vanishing before rebuttals could land. Her sarcasm was legendary, her patience limited, and her loyalty, once earned, was unbreakable. She had no time for foolishness, and she had no intention of letting the story end poorly. Ryan, keeper of the past, a wizard not of fire or lightning, but of memory. Ryan bore the weight of ages, the knowledge of cartridges blown clean, of consoles lost to history, yes, of peripherals remembered by no one else in the room. When debates grew heated, he did not shout. He recalled, actually, he would say. And entire arguments would quietly reconsider themselves. He knew not just what games were, but why they mattered and when they appeared. Context was his spellbook. History is mana. Together, the rogue and the wizard surveyed the ruins of the old party and made a quiet vow. This story will not end like this. Book 3. The Call Across the Bird Realm. The answers lay elsewhere, beyond shattered fellowships, beyond the ruins of failed campaigns, lived a warrior of unmistakable brilliance. Donnie G, the neon fighter, clad in armor of impossible colors and combinations, windbreakers glowing like enchanted mail, fanny packs strapped as though they were holy relics. Donnie G stood the battlefield of games with confidence. His reflexes were swift, his skills unquestioned, his achievements etched in the great scoreboards of legend. World records. But even heroes carry curses. Above Donnie loomed a fickle spirit, the Wi-Fi. An elemental beast that appeared loyal only to vanish at the most dramatic possible moment. Donnie had recently escaped a short-lived quest of his own. And when Blue and Ryan sent word through the bird realm, he did not hesitate. He laughed, he nodded, he joined. Thus 3 became one party. They did not meet in a tavern. They did not meet across glowing windows, bound by microphones, hope, and a mutual understanding that something would go wrong immediately. They debated names long into the night, clever names, cryptic names, names that would require explanation. At last, wisdom prevailed. Call it Gamers Week, they agreed. So none may ever question what this is. And so it was written. When the year dawned, January of 2022, the fellowship went live. Dices were rolled, feeds were published, and the campaign began. The road ahead was treacherous. Zencaster, devourer of audio, a trickster spirit of great cruelty. Zencaster waited patiently for the perfect moment, then consumed audio whole, leaving one silence and despair. The domain thief, a shadow lurking in the web, snatching names before heroes could claim them, forcing hurled decisions and emergency purchases, better known as the Todger. The Wi-Fi element, ever present, ever reliable, a foe. The stroke hardest when Donnie was mid-thought. Yet the fellowship endured. Blue adapted with her speed and whip. Ryan anchored the conversation in history. Donnie pressed forward, neon blazing. Sometimes frozen mid-bed. Always returning. Deeds worthy of song. Time passed. The fellowship completed 200 quests, each one of which recorded skirmish against silence. They made 3 pilgrimages to the holy arcade city of Portland, where ancient cabinets hummed and the faithful gathered. They unlocked forbidden knowledge, Gamers Week Uncut, a patron-only podcast, of which we have 108 episodes. Scrolls not meant for the uninitiated. And for over a year now, they have spoke through the scrying mirrors, watched by many, typed at by more, noticed Twitch. And so the bard concludes, not with an ending, but with a pause. For the fellowship still travels, the mics still glow. The past is still remembered, and the taboo name remains buried where it belongs. This was not merely a podcast, it was a campaign. A living chronicle, a reminder that sometimes the best parties are formed after the first one falls apart. Now drink, roll initiative, and tune in for another 200 episodes.
Damn it, I rolled a 1. Very nicely done, Ryan.
Yeah. Oh my God, I loved that. That was so good.
And just to catch everybody else up, I think we all met on Twitter.
Yep.
Ryan had stopped in on one of my streams whenever I first started streaming. Mm-hmm. And Blue had also joined in on like a Cuphead stream and stuff. But in the retro game space, that was Twitter back in the day. Like that's where we all met.
I think interesting enough, we were all kind of in our own groups when we first got together or first met each other, right? And then it just seemed like we all had similar opinions on things and had a similar sensibility about, what we liked and what we didn't like about the gaming industry. So I think it just seemed natural. We said here in the long and convoluted story, Blue and I were on a show called Story Mode for a while, and I think we had 74 episodes of that before ending that podcast show. And then Blue and I were like, you know what, we still kind of want a podcast, but we definitely need a third because it's just awkward if it's just me and Blue. And it was like, who should we bring? And I don't think Blue and I hesitated for a moment. Donnie, obviously. I think, Donnie, you had been on the show a few times for Story Mode.
I had, yeah.
I think we always thought like he's our best guest. So it was. No, seriously, like it was just, there was absolutely no hesitation. And then you were like, hell yeah, let's do this. And so it's been a wild ride. So I was looking into it, right? We've got 200 episodes. If you multiply that by how many hours, I called it like 1 hour and 15 minutes, right? And then you add in the 208 hours of streaming that we've done on Twitch. And then you add in the like 108 hours of uncut episode content. And we are 45 minutes away from 24 days worth of content. You could sit there and listen for 24 straight days of everything that we have to offer. And that to me is wild.
That's a lot of listening to our voices.
It's true. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is that just if you think about that, that's how much we've been putting out there over these last, 4 years now?
That's how much time we spend just sitting around and talking.
Right.
Yeah. And it's like, I feel like we show no signs of slowing down or stopping.
No.
You know, what we've gotten here right now with the stuff that we do on Twitch, with the episodes that we put out, and the uncut and the streaming games and stuff like that. It's like we give, hopefully, you a wide variety of stuff to listen to. It's not, if you want to do just the video games, that's fine. But, with the uncut and everything being off topic and whatnot, I mean, you have to subscribe to the Patreon to get access to that. But, we're not just one trick ponies.
And I will disagree with one thing you said, Ryan, in that I think that we work best because we don't have the same opinions, because we don't all like the same things.
That's true. I mean, I'll say similar opinions in regards to a lot of, we'll say, ancillary things. I don't think it's...
I'll say we have similar values.
Yeah, okay, maybe that's a better way to put it,
Yeah. We have similar values, which is why we know we can do this. We know we can rely on each other most of the time. And
I mean, take a look at the earlier conversation with the AI. Definitely different opinions on that one stuff. So,
but because we know and trust each other and our values align, we know that we can safely disagree, and it's fine. It's not about ego here.
Well, yeah, to your point about not being ego, none of us, I think, are like competing to be the voice of the show.
Right.
That is so incredibly common with shows. And you've got somebody who has their motivation isn't about creating something that's entertaining or creating something that gives them joy. It's how can this better my situation? And that's when those shows die.
Simon Astor says, none of us are competing. Blue sips from the daddy mug.
And then obviously those are all done in fun, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, right. No one is truly upset when they lose at trivia or Mario Kart or whatever.
I will. I get upset. I really do whenever I lose at trivia, because when it's something I think I should know in the realm of pop culture and everything. Absolutely, I get upset with that. Now, if you ask me a question regarding Ryan's nerdiness and what is this officially called when this happens in an earthquake, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't care about that.
Liquefaction.
See, there you go. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. Here's to 200 episodes and to 200 more.
Cheers.
Cheers. And thank you, of course, to everyone here and everyone who has been with us for the 200 episodes.
Absolutely.
I mean, if this is your first episode you've ever listened to, the best part is you don't have to necessarily go back. I mean, sure, you're welcome to listen to as many as you want, but moving forward, I think you'll continue to enjoy it.
We are proudly not evergreen content.
Right. There you go.
We love you. If you just pop into the Twitch chat to watch us do the recording, if you just listen to the podcast, or if you are a patron and are part of our Discord community, we love all of you. Just the stuff that we get to talk with you guys about on a daily basis in the Discord and social media and whatnot, but more so with Discord because that's where we see a lot of people active most of the time. That gives us fuel to keep going and knowing that we get to interact with you guys and generate content from that as well. So Thank you very much for everybody who participates with us.
The chat right now is filled with more kind messages than we could even read aloud. We'd be here all night. But Dee does say, stop, you're legit making me feel things I didn't think I could before.
Yeah, and a lot of you we've actually met at gaming conventions and stuff like that. That's another thing. Like talking to somebody online all the time, that's one thing. But actually getting to meet them in person and seeing the face behind the keyboard and everything, that's something different.
And you know what? It's been interesting too. I'm socially awkward, and I don't know if you noticed, but
yeah, you are.
One more.
No.
But every patron, or not patron, but every person that I think I've met through this whole space has always been pretty laid back. And I appreciate that too from you guys. Thank you for dealing with my social awkwardness, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I edit most of it out. It's all right. I got you.
You must be very busy.
I mean, these episodes take a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I cherish this podcast. It's one of the things I'm most proud of in my entire life. And I also cherish the community that has surrounded us and continues to show up for our nonsense week after week. And I really couldn't ask for better. This is not about getting all the listens. It's not about making money and getting sponsors. It's about this right here.
Yeah. And if any of the other stuff happens, that's in hindsight.
Well, we will not cave to any sponsors.
I will not bow to any sponsors.
Yeah.
Still waiting for Blue Star Ointment to reach out.
Tegan says maybe the real Gamers Week podcast was the friends we made along the way.
Love it.
Damn, that's deep.
That is deep. I don't think we can top that.
No. On that note, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up the episode. Thank you for listening to episode 200 of Gamers Week Podcast, and a big thank you to the Retro Game Club Podcast, Love Retro BTW, Pixel Pond Production Company, and absolutely the best podcast, A Work in Progress, for sponsoring this episode. Don't forget to check out their links in the show notes. If you want to connect with Gamers Week, follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky at Gamers Week PC. Watch us right here on Twitch at twitch.tv/Gamers Week Podcast, where we record live every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Email us at gamersweekpodcast@gmail.com. Visit our merch store at gamers-week-podcast.creator-spring.com. Or if you want to do it the easy way, follow the link in the show notes. And last but not least, join us on Patreon at patreon.com/gamersweek. And finally, since you made it all the way to the end of this episode, please leave us a rating and a review to let us know how we did. We really do value your feedback. And while you're there, consider subscribing on iTunes, Spotify, or your podcast platform of choice. Again, thank you, everybody, for stopping in and hanging with us on our 200th episode. Thank you, everybody who's listening to the 200th episode. We greatly appreciate all of you. Thank you very much.
And we are now officially announcing that we are done with the show. We are closing up shop.
There's that socially awkward part again.
Thank you, guys. I'm Donnie G Retro.
I'm RGB.
I'm the podcast daddy.
Oh, you.
Yeah.
Later.
¿Por qué? Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
We still haven't decided your punishment, though.
You had a chance to vote, and
Yeah.
Well, they said other, so
right. So
we didn't decide on the other.
Well, no, I thought it was a unanimous having Ryan play Bloodborne, but like he won't hold to that.
No, he won't.
Nope.
So what was the point of asking?
I mean, you guys are welcome to punish me any physical way that you want.
I did text you a suggestion, but you didn't seem to like that one.
Anything that you text me as a suggestion, I immediately put in like a little box that says, probably not.
We can't keep secrets. I don't know what this suggestion was.
It's not appropriate for the podcast.
We can talk about it on the Uncut.
Welcome to Gamers Week Uncut.
Welcome to Gamers Week Uncut.
Welcome to Gamers Week Uncut, Patrons with Benefits. This is the unscripted, patron-only bonus cast with less editing and more dirty jokes. We don't know where the conversation will go, but we're sure it will be weird.
This fish just went right on my nipple, and I'm just like,
I Google Street Fighter 6. The first search result that comes up is people think they can see Ryu's in the Street Fighter 6 reveal.
Listen up here, kids. You're not going to want to get one of those VD-STDs things, right? Make you fall off. When you go, grab a pro. You'll be doing it for America.
That was perfect.
If you want to hear weekly episodes of our patron-only bonus cast, join us at patreon.com/gamersweek.